What is going on, guys? How's y'all day going? Mine's going pretty slow. It was kind of bad too. I ain't even gonna lie. It's kind of bad. But subscribe, hit the little bell button so you can get notified when I upload a video. If you know, if you really like me like it. I mean, I honestly don't even like me like it sometimes. So I am on the way to Roanoke. A little later than what I anticipated, but that's what happens when you work in a chemical plant. Leave a little later than what you want to. But today, let's talk about something I've seen a lot, and you know, I hadn't really talked about it. Just want to get a little bit more information. Let's talk about the new 2018 Ford Mustangs for a second. Now, I've always liked a Mustang. Obviously, I own one, and I love my car. And you know, it's for me, every body style change takes time for me to like it. I'm that type of person. I'm that type of car guy. It takes time for me to come around to a new body style. So I do like the S550s, 2015, 2017. I do like them. Body styles, it grew on me. I like it. But the 2018, now I've had a V6. I mean, it's not a Ford V6, but a Nissan Frontier V6 4-wheel drive. Obviously, I know that's a different animal than what a Ford Mustang V6 is. But you know, I understand, you know, why you'd want a V6 sometimes. Well, a Mustang V6 to me, it's never been worth it. Because if you want, now yeah, you can make some power out of a Ford Mustang V6. I'm not knocking them. You can make some power. But to me, they're not a true muscle car. Now, I know I'm going to get clowned for that, but I'm sorry. Just a V6 Camaro, Charger, Challenger, Mustang, it's not a true muscle car to me. I've always said that. But yes, I know you can make some power with a V6. But at the same time, you're pissing in the wind. Now, if you don't know what that means, then obviously you ain't from the country. Or you're just, you know, been living on a rock your whole life. But it's like pissing in the wind, because you already start with not enough power to begin with, so now you're going to try to add more power. Now, no, I'm not knocking putting on a cold air intake or you know, the basic bolt-ons. You know, cold air intake, exhaust, you know, all of that. I'm not knocking those. Every car, if you want to try to make a lot of power and get a lot of airflow, cold air intake and a full exhaust is needed. Like, it's regardless, even in a V6. But I have never, okay, now I do understand where Ford was going with the Ecoboost Mustangs. I do. You know, a family-oriented sports car. I understand that. You know, I'm down for that. You know, just like the Charger was to me, it was a family-oriented sports car. Once again, I'm down for that. But Ecoboost Mustang, I've seen them make some power. I ain't even gonna lie. But it's, for me, and where I've been around, you know, muscle cars and stuff like that my whole life, to me, an Ecoboost, even though it's in a Mustang, even though it's a 4-cylinder turbo, you can make a lot of power. You can swap out the turbo. You can do a lot of stuff to it to make a lot of power. You know, I understand that. I'm not knocking an Ecoboost at all. I'm not. This is this whole video is my opinion. I'm not knocking it. I'm not, you know, doing anything. I'm not bashing an Ecoboost, because an Ecoboost truck and, you know, all of them, it's great. You get good gas mileage, but you also make enough power for, you know, well, for the Ecoboost 4-cylinder. I mean, the Ecoboost V6. Because my daddy has an Ecoboost SHO all-wheel drive twin turbo. That thing makes a lot of power. It's pretty quick. I've driven it. It's quick. Quicker than my car? No, my daddy seems to think he can bust my ass. He said he can drag the headlights out of my car. Let me know your opinion down below. Who you think will win, a 2014 Ford Taurus SHO completely stock, all-wheel drive, twin turbo, or the good old naturally aspirated 5.0 Coyote motor, MT82, cold air intake, axle back exhaust? Please let me know down in the comment section who you think will win. If I can ever get him to do it, we will make a video of me busting his ass. But anyways, I'm not knocking an Ecoboost. Like I said, it's all my personal opinion. Now, when I went to go get my car, my finances and all was not perfect. I'm 23. I don't have perfect credit. I ain't gonna lie. Hoping to change it, but I didn't have perfect credit, so they was trying to sell me a V6 16 or 17, or Ecoboost 16 or 17. Well, I didn't want either one. Yes, I know the V6s, you know, they got the same transmission as the V8s, as the 5.0, but the Ecoboost only comes in an automatic. I want a straight gear. And the V6, it's not worth it. To me, a V6 Mustang is junk. They're crappy. They don't make a lot of power. They're not worth it. Alright. So, the fact that Ford has discontinued the V6, yes, it's a plus. I think so, at least. I think it's a plus. Because the V6, you know, it's not worth it. But, you know, I think they did a good job bringing something to replace the V6. Because obviously the V6 is not... The V6s aren't really selling the newer V6s. I mean, yes, I know they are, but if you're a real true Mustang fan and you like the 5.0, what's a couple extra grand to get a 5.0 than to get a V6? You know, I'm just saying. Now, I do love the feature of the new S550s, the fact they come with a Linelock. I love it. I'd love to have a Linelock on my car. Well, from the factory. Now, I'm going to put one on my car aftermarket because obviously when you drag racing, you need it. So I'm going to put an aftermarket Linelock on my car. Well, for them to come from the factory with a Linelock, to me, is a huge plus. And now that the Ecoboost is starting to take the roots of the 5.0 and the Coyote motor and put a Linelock on it, is amazing. It's a great idea for somebody who wants a turbo factory. I mean, yeah, you're not getting Coyote cars. Alright, let's now we're gonna talk about the horsepower. I know I'm jumping subject, but now we're gonna talk about the horsepower. I'm pretty sure the new 2018 5.0 is gonna make 420 or better factory. Stock exhaust, stock everything. That's what I think. The Ecoboost, I think is gonna make 3 something, high 3s. That's my guesstimation. So obviously, an Ecoboost would be a good idea if you're into that. If you're into a 4-cylinder turbo but want a muscle car, I can understand that. I understand that. I'm the type of car guy that I understand everybody has their own taste. Not everybody has a taste like mine where they want a muscle car, a V8, 6-speed, making 400 some horsepower. Not everybody has my taste. I know that. I'm cool with it. I don't care. It's what everybody, to each their own. But, you know, if you're into a 4-cylinder muscle car, well, 4-cylinder turbo, and you're like, you know what, you don't want a Honda because everybody does a Honda, especially down in my neck of the woods. So, you know what, let's get an Ecoboost Mustang. cool. You can make a lot of power. Swap out the turbo, swap out a few other things, and you can make a lot of power. There is, you search on YouTube at Ecoboost Mustang, they're making a lot of power. Now, the V8s, the Coyote motors, you put a twin turbo on them, you put a supercharger on them, you are making a crap ton of power. Like, you are making power out the wazoo. Once again, if you're into that, go ahead. But, you know, for the fact, I've watched the American Muscle video, and yeah, I'll link it down below so y'all can look at it. They got a brochure of a 2018, you know, when you go to buy a 2018 Mustang, they got the brochure. I liked it. I'm still kind of iffy on the front, but you know what, as the car as a whole, I like it. I like the colors they was coming out with, I like the packages they was coming out with, and I really love the fact that the Ecoboost is having a Linelock feature. I love it. It's a great idea. Well, oh shit. God, I just hit something in my freaking car. I don't know what it was. I'm kind of scared now. I hit it with my tire. But Ecoboost is worth it if, you know, you got a family and you're not looking for a dedicated track car. If you are looking for a track car and you want to, you know, want low end, I understand that. But, you know, Ecoboost, it has its ups and downs, just like a Coyote motor has its ups and downs. But, you know what? As a whole, the 2018 Mustangs, to me, is amazing. They look amazing. The colors they're coming out with is perfect. The packages they're coming out with is amazing. They have, you know, they have a package for if you want to pinstripe in different wheels. You know, it's awesome. Like I said, they're coming out. They got a 2018 Ecoboost Pony package. They got a performance package. They got another Ecoboost package. Like I said, the link to the American Muscle video will be down below. Then the V8, the Coyote motors have their performance package and has their Pony package. And you know, it's worth it. Would I go and get a brand new Mustang right now? No. If I had the money, I probably would and turn this into a track car and have the Mustang and have the other Mustang as, you know, a daily driver. Yes, that's what I'd do. But I don't have the money to do that. Now, you know, if you're in the market for a new Mustang and you don't mind shelling out $30,000 for a V8 or high 20s for Ecoboost, do it. A Mustang, yes, Mustangs get their kicks. We're crowd killers. But you know what? Every muscle car has their kicks. Like the Camaros have the recalls. Once again, I'm not down on anything. And then the Challengers are boats. So every muscle car has their kicks. But you know what? You get what you want. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about the recalls. Don't worry about the weight. If you want a Challenger, go get one. Make the best you can out of it. If you want a Camaro, go get one. If they have recalls, go get it fixed. If you want a Mustang, take the crowd jokes. Because they're gonna happen. It's just natural. But, you know, you get whatever you want. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't. Because they're not gonna drive it. You know, y'all know my story about getting my truck. I looked at everything. Hondas, newer Hondas, Camaros, Challengers. I looked at everything. Even looked at a Hyundai Genesis. If y'all want to hear about the Hyundai Genesis story, comment down below and I will tell y'all about it. It was a different experience, let me put it to you like that. But that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that another time. But you know, you just get what you want. Ecoboost, Coyote motor. If I was in the market for a new Mustang, if I was, and I had a little girl, or I had a kid, a daughter, whatever, and you know, I just wanted something that had the muscle car appearance, didn't mind taking Ecoboost strokes, I go with Ecoboost. But if I was on the market for a brand new Mustang, personally for me, this is for a 20-something with no kids, can afford it. For me, I'd go with the Coyote motor. Simply because right now, the Coyote motor has so many aftermarket parts. You can do anything you want to a Coyote motor. To a S550, to a S197, it doesn't matter. 5.0 motors, the Coyote motors have the most, I'm not going to say the most, but they have a lot of aftermarket. The Ecoboost, on the other hand, I haven't seen that much. But then again, the Ecoboost is also new. Like, this is the first year Ford is discontinuing the V6 and just making a place of the Ecoboost. So right now, you know, if you're looking for a lot of aftermarket support, Coyote motor all day long. Because you got so much aftermarket support you can do to them. Coyote motor. Coyote car. Period. That's what I do. But, you know, this is just my opinion on the 2018 Ford Mustangs. And, you know, I've seen a lot on it. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know the information. But I do know that, honestly, I think it's a good thing that Ford discontinued the V6. That's my opinion. But as far as, you know, which one to get, if you was in the market for a brand new Mustang, or if you was in the market for a Mustang period, it ain't even got to be brand new. If you're in the market for a Mustang and you are looking at all the years, brand new, used, if you want a Coyote car, honestly, I'd say go with a 13 and up. Because 11 and 12, I cannot remember the problem they have, but they have like an oil problem. I can't remember exactly. My buddy told me about it. You know, it's simple to fix, but it's still a problem. But now, like I said, if you want an Ecoboost, get your Ecoboost. Am I opposed to an Ecoboost? Hell no. I love turbos. I do. I love turbos. But, you know, this, like I said, this is just my opinion on an Ecoboost or a Coyote motor or Coyote car. It's just my opinion. But, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, if y'all got any topics y'all want me to talk on, just leave it down below in the comments. The link to the American Muscle video will be down in the description. And, you know, they have a little bit more, and they do a little bit more in-depth reviews than what I do, because honestly I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the money for the parts to review all the time. But now I wouldn't mind getting an American Muscle sponsor though. So hey, American Muscle, you know, hit your boy up. I'd gladly work. I'd gladly do it. But, you know, everything will be down in the description box. The link to the video, the link to my social media to get a hold of me. But, you know, just, if y'all got anything you want me to talk about, just let me know. But, I'm out. I'm gonna make this long trip because I still gotta do the oil change. So, I'm gonna try to relax on my way up here. So, I'm out. Peace.